What's going on, guys? Kevin here from thesportsgeek.com, and in this video, I'm going to go over my NFL Week 5 betting picks. All right, so before I move on to my NFL Week 5 betting picks, let's take a look back at my picks from last week. If you guys haven't been following my videos so far this year, basically what I'm doing is I'm in a super contest in Vegas where I'm picking 5 picks against the spread. And in these videos, I'm going to give out 3 picks. And then for my recap, I'll just tell you guys the other 2 picks that I had and tell you where I am in the standings. So on the left-hand side there, you can see my video picks. I went 1 and 2 with the video picks. I had the 49ers plus 2.5. They were back and forth a bit with the Cowboys. They had some defensive injuries that I think hurt them. They ended up losing by 7 points. The Browns plus 7.5. Again, they were covering the spread for most of the game or a lot of the game, and they ended up losing by 11 points to the Redskins. The Vikings minus 4.5 on Monday Night Football. They were in control pretty much that whole game. They ended up winning by 14 points. So that was a good way to end a disappointing week 4. You can see my other 2 picks. I went 1 and 4 on the week. I had the Jets plus 1.5. They lost by 10. I had the Ravens minus 4. They were covering that spread really late in that game. Ended up giving up a late touchdown, and they lost by a point, so they didn't cover the spread. 1 and 4 on the week puts me to 10 and 10 on the season. I'm tied for 479th out of 1,853 people. So obviously need a bounce back week here in week 5. All right, so my first pick this week is going to be Titans plus 3.5. They're on the road versus Miami, who are 1 and 3 with their only win coming against the Browns. The Titans are also 1 and 3, beating Detroit on the road, but losing to the Vikings, Raiders, and Texans. And all of those losses were by 9 points or less. So they've been pretty competitive in each game. They've had the tougher schedule, in my opinion, losing to some tough defenses. And I think that the Titans are a little better than what they've looked so far at 1 and 3. Miami has a slight edge on defense and yards against per play, but the Titans are ranked ahead of them on DVOA defense, which is a stat from Football Outsiders. The Titans have faced some tough defenses, but they still rank 3rd in yards per carry behind their number 1 rated offensive line. So their offense hasn't been great so far passing-wise, but they've been able to run the ball, and I think that will open up things for the Titans in the passing game. And the Dolphins rank 23rd in yards per passing attempt, so the Titans offense should be able to move the ball against Miami. I'm looking for them to win this game outright, but I think that if Miami does win, it might be by 3 points. So I like Titans plus 3.5. And then my second pick here is going to be the Eagles minus 3. They're at Detroit versus the Lions, who are 1 and 3 with 3 straight losses to the Titans, Packers, and Bears. And their lone win was versus the 1 and 3 Colts. So the Lions have gotten off to a pretty bad start to start the season. And on the opposite side, the Eagles are 3-0, which included a big 34-3 win versus the Steelers in week 3. They've had a great start to the season. They've looked good on both sides of the ball. They're coming off a bye. Last week they didn't play, so they've had extra time to rest and prepare for this game. And a cool stat or trend that I found from Sports Insight, which I'll link to in the YouTube description if you're interested in checking out their products. Road favorites of 3 or more points coming off a bye are covering the spread 74% of the time since 2003. So a lot of times people will blind bet on teams coming off the bye, which hasn't really been profitable the last couple of years. But betting on road favorites of 3 or more points coming off a bye has been very profitable over the last 13 years or so. The Eagles rank 2nd in DVOA defense, while the Lions are dead last at 32nd. And the Lions are down a couple of key offensive players, and I think they'll struggle to put up points this week against a pretty good Eagles defense. And on the other side of the ball, the Eagles have looked pretty solid. Carson Wentz has looked good. All around, they've got a pretty balanced offense with the running game, and Carson Wentz has looked good through the air. So I think the Eagles will roll in Detroit, covering that 3-point spread, maybe winning by a touchdown or more. I like the Eagles minus 3. And then my last NFL Week 5 betting pick is going to be the Jets plus 7. They're at Pittsburgh versus the 3-1 Steelers, who are coming off a big 43-14 Sunday Night Football primetime win versus the Chiefs. Could be a letdown spot for the Steelers. The Jets are 1 and 3, and they're going to be motivated after 2 embarrassing losses where their offense really struggled. The Jets' run defense is still elite as they rank 2nd in yards against per carry, and their defensive line ranks 7th in adjusted sack rate. So they might be able to get a little bit of pressure on Ben Roethlisberger. I don't expect them to slow down the Steelers. I expect the Steelers to be able to move the ball through the air and put up points, but the Jets might do a little bit stopping the run and might keep them in check a little bit. And the Steelers secondary ranks 20th in yards against per pass attempts. So I think the Jets should be able to do their part offensively as well. So maybe the Steelers get ahead in this game, but I think the Jets will be able to keep pace a little bit, throwing the ball through the air. And I think 7 points is just too much here. I'm a Steelers fan. I think they're going to win this game. But 7 points is a lot for a team that's pretty good, even though they haven't looked good. I think the Jets are still a pretty good team overall. They got a pretty good defense, at least a pretty good run defense, so they should be able to at least slow down the Steelers a little bit. I think the Steelers win by maybe 4 points this week. I'll take the Jets +7. All right, so those are my NFL Week 5 betting picks. If you enjoy these videos, make sure you click that thumbs up or like button. It will help support my YouTube channel and let me know that you guys want me to keep making these videos weekly. As always, guys, good luck with your betting. Hope you win some money this week. Cheers. If you don't want to miss out on any videos that I post, I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. To do that, just click on this button over here. Or if you want to watch another one of my videos that I think you'll enjoy, click on the video image over here.